Hello, everyone. My name is Jamie Colliard, and this is Casey Cook. We have worked together with Bill for many years, and we're sharing the caregiving duties during the past few months before Bill passed away. For those of you who hadn't heard, starting in October, Bill had been in and out of the hospital several times with health problems that were difficult to diagnose. At least it gives us some comfort knowing Bill went peacefully while he was taking a nap in his truck, as he liked to do at his bulb farm in Moss Landing, close to the flowers that he loved so dearly. We lost a very bright spark of a human being. It is difficult to comprehend, but we strive to stay focused on the bright moments of his life and all the accomplishments he achieved during his time here. He was very proud to be recognized internationally for his hard work and validated that those around the world also realized the value of what he was trying to do in his life. Nancy Tackett, president of the American Daffodil Society, passed along this letter to be read here today. Dear friends and family of Bill Welch, the world has lost a daffodil treasure in Bill the Bulb Baron Welch. As a young boy, Bill fell in love with the Chinese sacred lily, Narcissus Tazetta orientalis, and spent his life devoted to breeding and promoting the Tazetta hybrids and species. He started off collecting all the Tazettas he could get his hands on, building up and maintaining one of the largest collections of these plants in the world. In Bill's Carmel Valley and Moss Landing climate, fertile Tazettas set copious seed. Bill, always very generous, would send seed to interested daffodil hybridizers in other parts of the world. For example, New Zealand hybridizers planted and flowered seeds received from Bill, resulting in selections that were formally registered with the Royal Horticultural Society in London. Bill's generosity extended from daffodil experts to gardeners and growers. He provided bulbs to many horticultural organizations and took the time to give programs to members that would ensure their success for growing Tazettas. Bill was known around the world despite the fact that he rarely, if ever, traveled outside of California. He kept in touch with other daffodil breeders and their achievements and frequently corresponded and shared his own research findings. Recently, a scientist from Germany shared that he had never met Bill in person but had been in contact with him since 2002. The American Daffodil Society has a tradition of awarding their highest honor, their gold medal, to individuals who contributed to the betterment of daffodils. Last year, Bill was awarded with a well-deserved American Daffodil Society gold medal. Bill was more than a bulb baron. He was the Tazetta King. He was an integral member of a prestigious group of individuals from around the world who worked towards the advancement of daffodils. We will dearly miss the bulb baron. Rest in peace, Bill. From Nancy Tackett, the president of the American Daffodil Society. Casey and I wanted to share a few stories about Bill with you. He was so special to us and such a positive influence in our lives. Do you want me to keep going, or do you want to share your story
I'll share
first?
mine.
Okay. Mine's kind of long.
Yeah. You can give your voice a break. Okay. So there are so many words and memories to share about Bill. He was my mentor, my confidant, my inspiration, but most importantly, my friend. I want to walk you all through a small journey through my eyes. These are my words of love for one of my best friends. I was 18 years old, having just moved down to a new city from my small hometown. I didn't know anyone except for my best friend, Kales, and who also moved here with me. Everything here was uncertain until I met Bill the Bulb Baron, the farmer, the world's leading hybridizer of narcissus flowers, and the kindest and most pure human I have ever met. Sorry.
You're good.
Okay. He showed me how to tend to land. I did not at the time realize the immense necessity for these small things. I really loathed pulling, as he would call it, burr clover. Yeah. days on end, or sorting through massive amounts of dirt-filled bulbs, sneezing my way through the day because I have allergies, or sowing bulbs into the deep soil until my hands are sore, or days that I picked flowers from morning until past dark with my headlamp on, each finger on my hand blistered from the long day's work. However, these were small moments in time. And what I learned and what I will always have from these moments are the secrets that will last forever, the life secrets that he taught me. He taught me the secrets of perseverance and grit to celebrate life's small victories, even if it's just a weed. The secret of dedication and hard work, the secret of patience and diligence, the secret of curiosity, the secret of yearning towards your passions and your dreams. It's hard to put into words, but he taught me most of what I know today. Bill taught me how to drive a car, and he let me use his car to take my driver's license test. He taught me native plants and animals. Sorry. Which led me to pursue my degree in environmental science and biology. He took me to dinners when I was uncertain how I would pay for food in college. He helped me through college when I had no one else. He helped my family when we needed it the most. He helped me with every aspect of my life, and there is no description or words to explain, but he was my special angel. As I grew up, he was always there, no matter what I went through. He was my security, my rock, my person, and my guide. He understood me, and I understood him. Bill had an adventurous spirit, and in his last year, I'm so blessed to say that I got to spend an immense amount of time with him. We went and explored the super blooms of Figueroa Mountain, the Carrizo Plains, the Big Sur Coast. We went to Bean Hollow Beach. We took hikes in Yosemite, down Highway 1 to my secret flower spot, and we rogue planted bulbs. Don't tell anybody. We watched sunsets at the beach. We went shopping for his favorite shirts with just the right pockets on them. And then we took his jeans to get tailored for all the same right pockets that jean companies just don't make. Bill loved narcissus and daffodils and amaryllis and plants, yes. Plants and animals, but Bill loved so many things. He loved puns and he loved hikes. He loved squeezable girls, as he would say. He loved to listen to silly podcasts about Bigfoot and explore the idea that Bigfoot could actually be real. He loved science and he loved talking about politics, some politics that he might not have thought everyone else agreed with. He loved good food. He loved adventure. He loved music from the 20s to the 60s. He loved country music, which was totally random. He loved long, genuine talks. He loved socializing with others. He loved to go to dinners. He loved to be outside. He loved to share his knowledge. He loved what he did. Bill was so many things, and in all these things, Bill is indescribable. What I realized, though, when reflecting, is that the most beautiful thing is that all these memories that I have just shared with you are more than often shared with others as well. Bill was exceptional, monumental to my life, but he was exceptional and monumental to all the lives that he touched. He's unforgettable. He's quirky and fun. He's passionate and loving. He's kind and genuine. He is Bill the Bold Baron. He was important to so many people, and he will remain in my heart forever, as I'm sure he will remain in all of yours as well.
It was 22 years ago this Valentine's Day that I first met Bill. I was selling birdhouses with my mom at a small farmer's market near the apartment where Bill lived in Carmel Valley. My friend was selling some bouquets of narcissus flowers. Little did we know we were drawing the bulb barren to us like a moth to a flame. He lived in the apartment right down the street, so he couldn't help but stop by and investigate. That night stays in my memory so vividly, partly because of Bill's bright personality and outgoing nature. I remember he energetically introduced himself and gave me his card, inviting me to come to the field in Carmel Valley anytime. That evening was warm, and it had been a rainy El Niño winter. There were hummingbird moths feeding on the narcissus. They were huge, with black and white stripes on their bodies, and their wings hummed loudly as they darted around the bucket. We had no idea what they even were until Bill identified them for us. With his classic exuberance, eyes shining and cheeks glowing in the lamplight, he taught us all about the moths being drawn to the fragrance of the flowers, as well as the history of the species of narcissus we had in our bucket. It was the Chinese sacred lily, his favorite variety. I think we put it right up there for him. The other thing that strikes me as memorable about that day is, now in hindsight, thinking about the strange way destiny had intervened to bring me and Bill together. Without the flowers, we never would have met. And since meeting him, these narcissus flowers have had such a strong influence over my life. That is something that Bill and I both had in common. From a young child, he began his obsession with these flowers, and it shaped his entire future, as well as those who came into contact with him. Likewise, narcissus have influenced the path of my life, leading me to make my livelihood from them, and allowing me to meet so many wonderful people that I would not have known otherwise. Now it has carried on to the next generation. My whole family is involved with the flower farm in one way or another now. It was a year or two after I first met Bill that I began working at the farm. Bill was both a generous and demanding person to work for. He often allowed for a very flexible schedule, which was so supportive to many of us who were college students at the time. He thoughtfully provided a snack or a meal, knowing that many of us had to skimp on spending money on food. And he brought extra jackets, water, and sun hats for us because we always forgot to bring them. But we were expected to keep up with Bill, often working late into the evenings on the farm and picking on rainy, cold days. And Bill was a perfectionist. Everything needed to be done exactly a certain way and for good reason. I always admired Bill's perseverance, dedication, hard work, and ethics. I've applied much of what I learned from him to my own life. Bill and I spent many hours becoming close friends while doing the everyday farm work and household chores together. I came to learn he was thirsty for all types of knowledge. He enjoyed deep thoughts, silly jokes, frivolous jabber, and lots of conversation. It was a bit like working with an absent-minded professor who had an endless amount of botanical knowledge, but he couldn't remember how to tie a double knot, so his shoelaces would always come untied. And he forgot where he put everything. That is where my help came in. Bill was the bulb expert, but I was becoming a Bill expert. He had a very quirky personality. Everything had to be placed exactly how he was used to having it, yet also needed to be within an arm's length reach. I remember him instructing me to scatter twisty ties, paper clips, and rubber bands all over the floor of his apartment after I had vacuumed, because he needed to be able to grab one quickly at all times. So things were a certain way, but not necessarily organized. Bill wanted to be well prepared for everything. It was known in Bill lingo as ultimate backup. Who else do you know had custom-made jean pockets sewn into his pants just so he could have space for pollinating supplies, snacks, headlamps, extra batteries, and let's not even talk about all the stuff he managed to squeeze into his truck. He was a magician, pulling out shovels, knee pads, water jugs, cans of sardines, hats, jackets, vitamins, boxes of chocolate, bulbs. I find myself at the farm still carefully putting things exactly as Bill would have wanted them, just out of force of habit. Bill was selfless when it came to contributing to the proliferation of his offspring, his bulb babies. He sacrificed all of his free time, dedicated almost every day to their care. He also donated many bulbs and seedlings around the world, as you heard from Nancy's letter, Nancy Tackett. He even helped me get started on my own farm by giving me leftover bulbs and allowing me to pay off my bulb purchases interest-free over a few years' time. I got to the point where I kept saying, I think I have enough bulbs now, I don't need to buy anymore. But Bill was an excellent bulb salesman. His passion for bulbs exuded from every pore in his body, and it was contagious. His sales pitches were irresistible. Plant them and forget them. Thrives on neglect. These bulbs will outlive all of us. So inevitably, I bought more and more bulbs every year. Both of our businesses thrived, and we enjoyed seeing one another's success. I feel so fortunate to have been given the chance to follow in Bill's footsteps and catch the bulb bug from him. I am so grateful for all of his help. It was an honor working side by side with my friend Bill for so many years. Saying goodbye is a sad time, but I try to hold on to the good memories and know that he lived life to the fullest, surrounded by the beauty of nature and the company of great friends. Another one of Bill's most dedicated helpers from years past was not able to attend today, but she sends her love and some memories to share, which I will read for you. As Bill's main assistant for many years, Alexis helped Bill improve the hybridizing techniques he used on the dark red and pink amaryllis crosses. When you visit his field in September, you can still see the results of Alexis and Bill's efforts, an amazing solid stretch of the darkest pink naked ladies anywhere in the world. I have her letter. It's not that long, so I'm almost done. When I heard of Bill's passing, my heart hurt. I am sad that this world didn't get more time with Bill the Bulb Baron in it. I thought of summer days counting and packing bulbs under the oaks in Carmel Valley. Misty days pollinating flowers on the bench outside the shed in Moss Landing. I thought of numerous seafood lunches overlooking the water, chatting about things, plans, and life. Lunches and leftovers that fed a young college girl many, many days. I thought of beautiful afternoon hikes in the hills of Santa Cruz. Bill always knew the best places to go. There isn't a time that I don't spot a narcissus, daffodil, or amaryllis on the side of the road that I don't think of my days with Bill and his flowers. Many times when I've passed those flowers, I've stopped for a smell, and when I can't stop, I wish that I had stopped to smell them. That fragrant smell will always hold so many wonderful memories of my friend Bill, and I'm so thankful his memory lives on in the flowers he loved and cared so deeply for.